few things to say this morning or early afternoon, wherever you're at. They are sleeping on Devonta Smith big time, and they're all going to pay. And Jalen Carter very well could break the Eagles' rookie sack record this year. Dallas still stinks. You might do a kick Dingbat here. I hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. There has been just so much talk this whole entire offseason on the Philadelphia Eagles defense. Defense. And I love defense too. But people are sleeping big time on guys like Devonta Smith. I mean big time. This Eagles offense, another year in the system with A.J.Brown, Devonta Smith, are only going to be better, only going to be more scary. And I think Jalen Carter has a legitimate shot to break the Eagles' rookie sack record set by Corey Simon with 9.5 sacks. But before we get into all of this, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button. More importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, the most throttled Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to thank you so much for all the support. I'm getting a flood of, I got unsubscribed, I didn't get notifications. So if you could just do me a favor, check, double moonwalk check. Make sure everything's copacetic. It's always like, it always happens in waves, you know? So if you could check, that would be absolutely great. Now, what I gotta say this morning, I gotta have a drink. It's morning for me, early afternoon for you. Pinky up, especially when you're drinking caffeine. It gets the blood flowing to the heart quicker. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But here's what I gotta say. You know, over the last few days, we're talking about Micah Parsons, and he wants to be an Eagle, which he does, and he will be one day. That's in his destiny. The way I see it with Micah Parsons, he's basically a rental. We rented him out to Dallas for a few years. Always when I'm streaming. Always when I'm recording. They don't I'm telling you, I get no texts all day until I record. But I was thinking about, Micah Parsons, and then I started thinking about where he was drafted and the fact that the Eagles took Devonta Smith, and I was getting a lot of messages. I like Devonta Smith. I like Devonta Smith a lot, but man, I wish we would have got Micah Parsons. And I'm thinking to myself, I don't. I love Micah Parsons. I think he's a great player. Even though he's a Cowboy, I like that he's a Philly guy. But no. Devonta Smith is that dude. Devonta Smith is that dude. I knew he would lead the team in receptions. I knew he was going to do it last year. I think Devonta Smith is about to go off. Like, we are talking about a third-year wide receiver who, in my opinion, if you look at him early in the year with the Eagles, you look at a lot of the routes that they ran with him, there were a lot of short routes, wide receiver screens. He didn't really run a lot of intermediate routes or deep routes. When Quez Watkins kind of became a non-factor, he started to do more of that. And I think the Eagles realized, oh man, we can put this guy all over the field. And that's really when his numbers started spiking. You remember the first game versus Detroit, he went without a reception. Yet he goes out and he has a great year, right? Devonta Smith led the team with 95 catches, had 1,196 yards, 7 touchdowns, and he averaged 12.6 yards a catch. And if you watched him early, like I would say first half of the season, that 12.6 was more like 10. It went up at the end of the year because they really started using him on more routes. And I really think, and I truly believe, when it's all said and done this year, Devonta Smith will be a top 5 wide receiver. A top 5 wide receiver. He's that guy. He is that good. And it's unbelievable to me that we have him and A.J.Brown on the same team. Going into their second year. People are sleeping on this offense. Like, people are literally sleeping on this offense. We have focused so much attention to the defense and losing defensive players. And what are we going to do defensively? We are sleeping on the jump that this offense can make in their second year. I mean, you're talking about Devonta Smith and A.J.Brown another year with Jalen Hurts, Goddard, and that offensive line. Oh my God. They're going to kick people's ass. They're going to be double moonwalking so much ass, it's not even going to be funny. This is a scary, 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 scary team. And this is going to be a scary offense. I mean, look, A.J. Brown, he was second in the team in receptions. He still had 88 catches, 1,496 yards, 11 touchdowns, and he averaged 17 yards a catch. And the one great thing about the A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith duo, the one thing about them is they're not the same type of wide receivers. They're completely different. I mean, you get Devonta Smith. I think he's just a beautiful, perfect route runner. He runs a great route. I think he has the best hands on the team. And he's just unbelievable at it. And he's smooth. He makes it look effortless. He's fantastic. A.J. Brown is a big, physical guy who gets a lot of yards after the catch. You could throw a 5-yard slant route to him. He could catch the ball and break it 15, 20 yards. That's what A.J. Brown does. That's why his yards after the catch were so good. A.J. Brown, Devonta Smith. Not the same type of wide receivers, but the perfect complement. And having both of those guys together gives you all around one of the best wide receiver duos in the National Football League. Has to be top 3. Has to be. I think A.J. Brown is going to have a similar year to what he had this past year. I think Devonta Smith is going to take another step. I think by the end of the day, sorry I kicked the camera, but I think by the end of the day, Devonta Smith is literally going to be the best wide receiver, not just on the Eagles, but maybe one of the best in the whole National Football League. He's that good, and he's going into his 3rd year. This is perfect for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, I'm telling you, people, we forget because we focus so much on the defense, on the draft, how potent, how scary this offense is. It's truly, it's amazing. And I think that Devonta Smith is about to have a monster year. So, when the Kelly Green comes out, right? When this Kelly Green comes out, I got to tell you, the first jersey I'm getting, before anything else, Devonta Smith. Without question, without hesitation, it's Devonta Smith. We got that beautiful logo back. Can't wait to get a Devonta Smith jersey. Because I love the guy. And I gotta tell you, I'm getting a little antsy about the Kelly Green. Like, they need to announce it now. Like, the Eagles need to announce that when you're getting the Kelly Green jersey, like, start selling them now. Don't wait till the season starts. Do it now. Because I need the jerseys now. You know, I hope they announce them and show them what they look like. I hope they do the reveal pretty soon. I'm very, very excited about it. The other thing I want to talk about is Jalen Carter. A lot of people making a lot of crap about those guys in the car. I don't even think Jalen Carter, when you look at that video, was driving. I think the camera was reversed, but I don't think he was driving. I don't think he can drive right now. I can't imagine his license is still valid after getting in trouble. I would think it's at least suspended for a while. However, everybody's making a big deal of that. And the truth of the matter is this. Jalen Carter, he has the opportunity to be great. I mean, just a great player. One of the great players. And I think that he's going to start. I mean, I think they'll rotate him in with Jordan Davis, Fletcher Cox, Williams. You have Street. You have a lot of guys that they'll rotate in. However, I do think Jalen Carter starts. And I do think with having Fletcher Cox, especially on passing downs, next to you, I think he's going to have a big year. And I think he has a legitimate shot to break Corey Simon's sack record for rookies at 9.5. Corey Simon, if you guys remember, he came early on in his career. He was really good, really good. I don't know if the injuries got in the way, and then he gained a lot of weight, and he just never was the same. But his rookie year, he had 9.5 sacks, and we all thought he was going to be fantastic. Didn't work out, but I think Jalen Carter legitimately has a legitimate shot. Now, I'm not saying 9.5 sacks is easy. 9.5 sacks are not easy, but I think he's got a legitimate shot. I think there's enough good guys on there. Who are you going to double? You know, even when Jordan Davis is out there, if he's taking double teams, and you're giving Jalen Carter one-on-one opportunities to rush the passer, he's going to win a lot of battles. He just is. I think Jalen Carter has a legitimate shot. I'm going to go on the record and say I think he's going to at least tie the record that Corey Simon had. I think he's going to have at least 9.5 sacks. I think Jalen Carter is going to have that big of a year. I can't wait to see the kid. I think Nolan Smith is going to have a great year too. And I think Nolan Smith, I don't know if he'll get as much opportunities as, let's say, Jalen Carter, but he's going to get to learn behind Hassan Reddick. And you get to learn about, behind Hassan Reddick. That is a great thing. I would be like this. Hassan Reddick, you go here. Nolan Smith, you go. Nolan Smith, Hassan Reddick's eating, you eat. Hassan Reddick's sleeping, you sleep. Hassan Reddick's making babies, you go make babies. Whatever Hassan Reddick is, you do. You do what he does. That's what Nolan Smith needs to do. But it's going to be very, very interesting. And I just had to kind of rant and get this out because we talk so much about defense, and I hear so much about defense, this, that, the other. Everybody's forgetting. The Eagles got one of the most potent, scariest offenses in this league. And now you're going into another year of Devonta Smith and A.J.Brown together as a duo. It's going to be scary, man. It's going to be scary. Do not sleep on Devonta Smith. With that said, take care. Talk to you later, of course. Don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's how we vision. We're all just living in it. You know, where the hell's my necklace? Oh, gosh. I don't like when my necklace... I like it out, but it's got to be out, because otherwise it starts to itch. What the hell was I going to say? Crap. I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot. I had something to say. I forgot what it was. I don't remember. All I know is Mark Holmes stinks, and the Dallas Cowboys still stink. Denzel Washington out.